This week on the Media Virus Podcast, it still tastes the same, says President-elect Joe Biden after questions about his foot injury. 41 swinger convention attendees infected with COVID and, well, everything else. At least Soylent Green was people. We don't know what the fuck is in lab-grown meat. The Media Virus Podcast. Starring Maddie Rockdev.
I had no, but I was, I kind of wanted to, and I
Professor Mike Latoris.
There's a fancy doctoring word, butt crack.
With special appearances by some other dude, that guy, and some chick.
Shut the fuck up, Maddie.
I've smelled shit, and I don't like it. I mean, I know everything there is to know about my dick.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
So anyway.
Jesus Christ. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 4 of the Media Virus Podcast. I am your host, Maddie Rockdev. Please like and subscribe to this channel. We would really appreciate it. We have a brand new member of the infection team here at the Media Virus. Well, actually, we've been using her voice since episode 1. And as it turns out, some chick has a PhD, but she's much more popular for her OnlyFans. Please welcome the doctor.
You guys are so adorable. You're so adorable. You're so adorable. I'm so used to being used by men, and it's okay because you're just so cute.
And how do we subscribe to? One of the bits on the show that you'll find if you're a listener to the show and you know what's going on is I baselessly cast aspersions and attack people's characters, and I was making the joke that the doctor has an OnlyFans. I didn't upset her as much as I hoped she would.
I do though.
Oh, can I always subscribe to that then? Let me write that down.
I'm sure she'll be a lot less upset about being accused of sucking dick than I get.
Well, and you know what that voice is? That voice is the man that really enjoys his little dickie, the Reverend and Professor Mike Latoris.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget about our phone number 646-VIRUS-01. That's 646-VIRUS-01. It's in the United States, so you can put a +1 in front of that. If you're listening from out of the country, welcome to the Media Virus Podcast.
So Joe Biden's dog apparently tried to be a patriot, but only broke his foot. It was major.
Did you see the dog actually issued a press release?
Yeah, and I did notice there was a quote from that. I believe it was...
That's actually a direct quote. Well done, Professor.
And my little Dickie's barking now, too.
Well, that happens.
I think we discussed it before, but when we went over, the top 5 things I like about Joe Biden, and we talked about how like that dog's eyes were just fucking empty.
Yeah.
Like that dog is just the biggest, dumbest, floppiest fucking just psychopath.
I know. I just want to kiss him all over. He's so cute.
Oh yeah, no, he's an adorable dog.
Yeah,
he's an adorable dog, and it's a shame. Like nobody wants to see any 78-year-old man, of course, suffering from dementia. Nobody wants to see them get hurt.
I have to tell you, I'm just so excited to have like dogs, and I hear they're getting a cat too, back in the White House. I mean, you can't have the White House without a pet. It's just a thing.
Well, I mean,
I don't trust anybody who doesn't like dogs.
And it has been the Democrats' thing to get a little pussy in the White House.
Exactly.
So,
That's right.
definitely figures.
That's absolutely true.
I'm glad somebody made that joke because I'd have went right over it. That's
But the other cool thing is that Biden has adopted at least Major, if not the other animals as well, from our very own Delaware Humane Association, which is really super cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
And that's why I did mention that, because that's worth mentioning.
Yeah.
And I can't.
I'm reiterating. I'm underscoring.
Yeah,
I'm highlighting. I'm elevating your.
But you're right. No, you understand. But you're also more of a fan.
Yeah, I am
of Joe Biden.
Yes,
specifically, you're a fan. Like you like Joe Biden. Like it wasn't like Orange Man Bad who we got. It was Biden's a guy for you, I feel.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's an acceptable candidate.
He's an acceptable candidate.
Yeah.
Okay, Barack Obama's human shield. Literally, the reason Barack Obama chose him to be his vice president was so that he wouldn't be assassinated. Because nobody wanted that dude as president.
No, I think Biden's all right. I think he's old. I think he's a little behind the times. But I think that he genuinely wants what's good for Americans, and I think that's a refreshing change.
Speaking of what's good for Americans, you know what's not good? Going to a swingers convention during a pandemic. One of the things that just amazed me about this art is, listen, you're having a swingers convention, right? Like, so what are we doing? Well, we're all going to get together and we're going to fuck. All right. Well, there's this pandemic going on. You think we should test for that or anything else? We'll make everybody wear masks. Do you think they all fucked with masks on?
You know, I read when COVID first started, there were recommendations. I don't know if this was from the CDC or from someone else.
It was from Fauci. Said you could hook up on Tinder as long as you wear a mask.
That's right.
Yeah.
Was that Fauci?
Yeah, it was Fauci.
Yeah, and they did say so you cannot get COVID through vaginal secretions, but you can get it through feces. So if you're going to give a rim job, they did advise that you use a dental dam.
You know,
damn it,
I've smelled shit, and I don't like it.
I've heard that about you.
That's true. And if I wasn't significantly impaired tonight by technological difficulties, I would have done that so you didn't have to.
What, given a rim job?
No, he played that sound clip of me saying,
I've
smelled shit and I don't like it.
Oh, sorry.
And that's a true, truer words I have never once smelled shit that I liked.
You know, I am a very smart person. Truly, I am. But sometimes I miss.
You keep explaining that to us.
I know. Well, I feel the need to reiterate. I do.
And yet you're a fan of Joe Biden.
Dude, she dropped 50 large and got an advanced degree, so she doesn't have to tell us about it anymore.
The hell with Joe Biden, Maddie. I like you. So how bright could I be? Really?
No, see, that's the problem.
Yeah.
That's where we.
I said I was smart. I didn't say I was.
So where were you going with that?
What, liking
you? You were once again explaining how smart you were.
Oh! I
felt like it was a pretext to something.
It was no, just that I missed the joke. I when Mike was talking about like sound effects, and I thought he was talking about oral anal contact. Contact, yeah.
Which I don't recommend to anybody.
That's something I've managed to avoid thus far in my life.
So both ways, or
yeah, no, we don't do that.
No, I don't. Listen, I don't. Nothing about that. I'm anyway. And oh
wait, no, there was this one guy. No, never mind.
And there
was this one time at band camp.
At band camp is exactly.
Bioengineered meat.
That was a smooth transition.
No, it wasn't. I just had to remember what the fucking article was about, what that last joke was about. Yeah,
Rock Def is the king of the segue.
It kind of was, though. I mean, we were talking about eating ass, and now you're talking about fake meat. So
right, fake meat, not a dildo.
No,
not a dildo, and not vegetarian meat. I mean, they're apparently cloning cells or some. I don't know how this fucking thing works. I skimmed the article and it didn't explain.
They're replicating animal cells. They're replicating animal cells and sticking them together.
What, like with a 3D printer?
Product out of it. No, they use stem cells and they replicate meat the meaty parts, and it just sounds like a bad idea all over to me.
The meaty parts of the meat?
Like, my thought on this is, if I'm going to eat meat, I want it to have had to die before I eat it. I don't want it, like, slapped together in a lab.
I wonder if this is like the artificial diamonds, like the lab-made diamonds. They make diamonds that are like chemically indistinguishable from real diamonds.
Yeah.
And
that's because they actually apply pressure to carbon, and that's like a process. It's not an affront to God.
Right? It's just weird.
Just like, hey, look, we figured out how to push on carbon as hard as you do inside the earth. Look, it's not like we figured out how to make chicken parts without chickens.
And what if we come to find out that it's just that all this every time, like, so the meat has to die because it has to grow, right? So the meat has to, like, develop. So the meat has to grow.
Right.
What if it's just a pure experience of pain? Like, it's just a soulless, like, if you plugged a mouth into it, it just screamed. Would it still be like, what? Why is it so important for people to remove guilt from their fucking lives? We can just slaughter fucking chickens. They're not that hard to make.
Yeah, I mean,
just ask
I want my meat to have at least had the chance to stand up and run the fuck away.
Right, give it a fighting chance. You're just...
I mean, like, if it doesn't have a nervous system, then it wouldn't feel pain.
How does it not have a nervous system?
Well, if you're just building the muscle tissues, then
muscles have nerves in them.
Yeah, but muscle tissue and nerve tissue are two different kinds of cells.
Well, you get pain from your muscle.
Back to anything.
No, you get pain from your nerves, right? And you feel pain because it's connected to your brain. So if it doesn't have a brain, then it must have voted for Donald Trump. That's what they're doing. They're creating brainless meat, and then they're going to give it the right to vote, the rights that they've taken away from minorities,
right?
So that Trump can run and win in 2024. That's it. We figured it out.
All right. All right.
So he can dish it. He can dish it, but can he take it?
I forgot where I was.
I win.
Yeah.
Just like Joe Biden.
Hey, have there been any mysterious monoliths lately?
Two that I've heard of.
Two that you've heard of.
Yeah. So, very smooth subject change there, Maddie. Yeah. So, I'm sure you guys heard that. About a week ago, this monolith appeared in the desert in the middle of Utah. Although they think it may have appeared sometime between, is it like 1994? No, it wasn't that long ago. Maybe 2004, 2006. It's been there for a while, right? There's this metallic monolith just appeared in the middle of the Utah desert, and somebody found it, and they were like, "What?" I think they were surveilling like sheep with a helicopter or something. I don't know, but anyway, somebody spotted
it. Was the Department of Natural Resources. They were apparently suffering from insomnia, so they went out with a chopper and they were counting the sheep.
Is that what happened? Yeah. So
it has to be. Why else are you going to count the sheep?
It's the Bureau of Land Management, which unfortunately shares the acronym BLM. I shared an article with a friend of mine who was like, "How the hell did Black Lives Matter get involved in this?" I was like, Bureau of Land Management. So anyway, so this monolith.
I see 1 and 2, and I think that was a black one over there. 3, 4.
So everybody gets all worked up, right? And then the thing disappears. But now I just read today they found footage of like 3 guys hauling the thing away, but they don't think they're the ones who put it up because they said, "Oh, this is what you're supposed to do with trash. Take it out. You usually don't leave trash in the middle of the desert." So they took it away, but they were very concerned because people were figured out where it was and they were coming to see it, and they were destroying this like untouched desert like ecosystem by driving their cars all over the place. Well,
the original fear was that people were going to get stuck out there without enough supplies and require rescue.
Yeah.
Because apparently the people who go out to look for these sorts of things are stupid and don't know to bring water into the fucking desert.
Right. I wouldn't be at all surprised if that were the case. So anyway, the whole thing disappeared. And then, or maybe this happened first, another one popped up in Romania. But that one also has disappeared. So we are currently monolithless on the
You don't
planet.
know that.
Was it any?
You don't know that. What
Was
we
it
are
any-
is unaware of where the monolith is.
Well put. Yes, that's
And-
absolutely true.
I didn't have an opportunity to look any further into it. The Romanian monolith, was that anywhere near the Transylvanian forest?
I don't know. I saw a picture. It looked like it was in the mountains somewhere.
No, and that could be. See, a lot of people don't realize that when you say Transylvania, you're not talking about an actual country. It's a place within the country of Romania. I actually know a couple of people that are from Transylvania.
Well done, Professor.
Quick. Which one of you knows what Sylvania means?
Woods.
Bang.
Bang!
One. The doctor won for the trivia.
I mean,
The score is 1-0.
Hey,
Mike.
you cannot walk the earth with an advanced degree and not know that.
Oh.
might be true. Although I did not learn that in
I was
the
a
course of
high
my-
school dropout until I got my online associate's degree.
I actually learned. I was a college dropout too, Maddie. That's a long and fast.
I was a high school. I was a GED.
Were you?
Yeah.
I'm not that surprised. So anyway,
you
I'm still a college dropout.
What's that?
I'm also a teacher. I know exactly the kind of student you were. So where was I? Oh yeah, Sylvania. So I actually learned.
Shitting on my academia.
Right.
Oh.
Sylvania, I learned in the 3rd grade, I believe, because I grew up in Pennsylvania. And so,
Pennsylvania.
yeah. Penn's Woods.
That's right.
Someday we'll have to talk about what your impressions of me are, because wow.
That'll be a fun conversation.
I wish she wasn't dead on. Like, I wish I could argue with her.
So is
Look,
that like
you
a pants
invited
on
me
or a
on this
pants
show.
off talk?
I did formally.
Doc, is this
Yeah.
going to be a pants on or a pants off talk?
Depends on how many drinks you buy me.
Okay.
You know what would be fun is if we decided to all get the same bottle of liquor and finish it before the show. Like, get a fifth,
or pass it around
I
Yeah,
would like that.
virtually.
but we have to finish it. You don't think you could kill a fifth?
Oh, it's been a long time since I've drunk.
I
that
did.
hard.
I did an episode of Cheap Whiskey
Yeah.
Aficionado with Matt, me and my son, and we killed a fifth of Ezra Brooks. By the end of it, we were incoherent. It was
Yeah.
both of us.
I did go to a gin tasting a couple of years ago. So my significant other has a sister who is disgustingly wealthy and lives in Cape Town, South Africa. So, and both of those things are relevant. So we went to visit them, and we were in South Africa, and they're known for their wineries, right? They have amazing, amazing vineyards and wineries, and the wine.
Your
is
sister-in-law, or just South Africa, like Cape Town in general?
like Cape Town.
Okay, I'm just
Cape
trying to follow the story.
And we went, so we did a lot of wineries, and we went to this one place that was a distillery as well, and they had a gin tasting. And I thought, okay, we'll have a couple gin and tonics, maybe a martini or something. No, what they served us were glasses of straight gin.
Mhm.
And-
Ice cold.
yes, and many
Yeah.
of them, many
Yeah.
large, full glasses of straight gin. And
See,
I
I'd have been
don't-
okay with that.
yeah, I don't remember the rest of the day.
No. No, you
No.
don't.
I
See,
really don't.
I like my martini so dry that the process of making it is you pour this icy cold glass of gin, and you consider running down to the liquor store for a bottle of vermouth, and you say, nah, fuck it, and you drink the gin. There's
Yeah.
olives involved, but
Yeah.
yeah, I like.
I am
I like
definitely
it
more of
very
a gin and
dry.
tonic girl. I am not so much a martini girl. I am a big fan of the gin and tonic.
I can drink more gin and tonics than I can martinis.
Yeah, and I drink. Now I'll drink whiskey. I'll drink a Manhattan. In fact, I will drink 3 Manhattans.
Let me ask you guys,
but not
this.
4. Definitely not.
Because let me ask
really
you guys,
2. 2 is a good number, and then yeah.
Let me dial this in
Last
real
time I
quick.
had 3 martinis.
Wait, give Maddie a chance.
Just real
Go
quick.
ahead.
Okay. Do you feel like the effects, if you have the effects of brown liquor hit harder than the effects of clear liquor? Just pure liquor. I'm not talking about sugary shit, schnapps, liquor.
Well,
Your gin and your vodkas versus your brandies, your whiskeys.
I tend to hit harder when I drink brown liquor.
Okay. That was an answer I got from Staff Writer Bill, because I asked him. I said, how do you feel like about, and he goes, when I drink brown liquor. He's like, think about it. When you see clear liquor, you just kind of go, nah. And I go, yeah, no, I do. But here's what I've noticed is I enjoy brown liquor more. But let's say when I had the Black Velvet Reserve, right? 40% alcohol, nothing special. Mm-hmm. 3 2-ounce shots in a mixer in a couple of hours, maybe an hour. Okay. Fucking hammered, slurring, and I was at my kid's birthday party, and I'm having a good time, but I felt really, really like intoxicated and was trying to play straight. So, and I've noticed that like with gin, and I just got this bottle of vodka, and if you ever want to just really get on your wild side, but looking for a great deal, there's a Naaman's Beverage here on fucking Naaman's Road where Philadelphia Pike meets. Is they always have something fucking weird cheap. And I walked in there the other day. I was planning on getting, this is what I was planning on getting. I was planning on getting a pint of Ezra Brooks just to get me through the night. $8, whatever the fuck it is. I see this handle of fucking Kirkwood vodka. And I'm like, Kirkwood? Wait a minute.
Kirkwood vodka?
That's Costco.
I feel like that's not
that
something.
That would be
Kirkland. You're right. Kirkland.
Okay, that's less
alarming.
alarming.
It is a highway in Delaware. They probably scraped that up out of the gutter.
No.
Yeah, for our fans who are not residents of Delaware, Kirkwood Highway is I would not drink Kirkwood vodka.
Well, anyway, but apparently there are 2 Kirkland vodkas. There is the American Kirkland vodka, which I just bought a handle of for $12.99. And the other day, I must have had 9 drinks. Like
for
within
the
3 hours.
uninitiated among us, what is a handle?
Half gallon.
Oh, a handle's about a half a gallon. It's 1.75 liters.
Oh, okay. All right. Good.
So a fifth is 750
bottle that
milliliters. So
literally
it's
right. No,
it's a
I know what
fifth
the
plus a
1.5. Yeah, I know 1.5 liter. I just didn't know it was called a handle.
Yeah.
Okay.
1.75 liters called a handle. I don't know why.
I know that.
I didn't. But
I don't know everything.
5 would be a magnum.
What was that?
1.5 liters is typically referred to as a magnum.
A magnum. I did not know that.
That I did know.
I know that sometimes I know that a 3.75 is called a pint and a 350 mil is called a shoulder. That's what I know.
A shoulder. I didn't know
and
that.
a fifth. They're very common. They're more common.
I'm
Fifth
learning
is a
so many
750.
things.
And a 750 is a fifth. It's 1/5 of 1 gallon.
No, I knew that. That
Yes.
I knew.
And I mean, I just like even now, like I poured this real heavy. And when I drink gin, I pour it real heavy. I'll do 2-3 fucking shots in one drink, something like that. And I mean, I feel the effects of alcohol, but I don't feel like smacked upside the head like when I drink, whiskey. And I was just wondering if anybody else, felt that way or.
So you're saying you get hit harder with clear liquor or
brown
with
liquor? I get hit harder with brown liquor. I can drink more clear liquor and feel less.
I don't know. I feel like I would have to do a scientific study, maybe another doctoral degree, right? Maybe another dissertation there. Comparative effects of brown
versus
clear liquor.
Clear liquors.
Yeah, and I wonder if it matters the kind. Like, are you talking vodka, gin?
Well, I think vodka. It's on. Although gin is basically just flavored vodka.
Yes.
There is something different about it because it goes to that
entirely different things.
infusion
No,
situation?
they're-
Well, it starts as vodka.
Gin is made from juniper berries, and vodka is made from like
No.
potatoes.
Gin is infused with juniper berries in part of the process. Gin is actually
What's called a
In-
neutral
in-
grain spirit.
yeah. They start with a neutral spirit,
Mhm.
and then they add
Infused.
they infuse aromatics into it, juniper berries and lemon rinds and,
I did
and
not
things
know
of,
this.
things of like cilantro.
I'm learning so much. I feel like I should have a
Not
notebook.
cilantro. The seed
Write
of
all this
cilantro.
stuff down.
Why can't I think of it? The beer I'm drinking. Cilantro seeds are. Come on, we all know this. I just can't get it out of my mouth.
Cilantro is
Oh my god.
Yeah, the seed. Yeah, exactly.
coriander.
Stuff.
Damn it.
Coriander.
Coriander. Yes.
He's right.
Coriander is
Batty for the win.
is one of the aromatics that tends to pop up in different gins. It depends on the area where the gin's made. Gin is popular in a number of different cultures. And then in the Norse cultures have a gin-like alcohol that they drink called aquavit. It tends to be popular in the Nordic countries, and apparently the aromatics they use are just a little bit different. I've never actually had aquavit, but my understanding is if you like gin, aquavit is like kind of a step up.
I'll add that to my list of things to
Now,
try.
I used to have an aftershave called Aqua Velva,
Yes,
and I liked the way
It's
that
similar.
smelled so much that I would drink it had I thought.
That's funny, Maddie. I had you for a brute, man.
I'm actually brute. Put it on and slap your mother. I am a Drakkar Noir guy.
wow, yeah.
I
1994.
still
Yeah.
love that shit. My smell, like everyone through high school, my scent, my aroma was Drakkar leather and cigarettes.
And now it's
an-
BO leather and weed. So
That's right. All right. So
I kid because I love. By the way,
We're
Maddie, do you know that your microphone looks like a giant penis?
yes,
Okay.
They all.
this is
do.
the Blue Yeti, the other one that I suggested to you.
Yeah.
And what I like about this one is it has much more control, and I plug the headphones right the fuck into it.
Oh, that's cool.
And it becomes the sound card on your computer, so it
Nice.
makes everything a little bit easier.
That's cool.
I'm really disappointed with the way that thing sounds. I thought that thing was going to sound way better.
What this? Yeah.
Yeah, that microphone. Yeah, I don't.
I'm
Let's
sure it's
figure it out.
still better than my computer mic. So
More than likely.
yeah. But back to the question of brown versus clear liquor. I don't think I've ever actually. I drink seasonally. So in the summer I drink gin and tonics, and in the winter I drink Manhattans. So it's whiskey from like October until
Right.
April,
that.
and then it's gin.
Are you
Yeah,
meaner
look,
and more
in the
violent
summertime,
with it?
it's because clear liquor's for rich women on diets. That's what it's for.
For a while, I was insane enough to try to do a carb-free thing, like a keto thing. And my drink became a drink known as a skinny bitch, which is vodka and seltzer.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you squeeze enough lime juice in it, actually isn't too bad. But
Yeah, I mean,
I would, yeah,
Vodka and soda is not a bad drink.
yeah.
I feel like you might as well just drink a gin and tonic. It's the same
I'm-
shit.
Yeah,
more-
well, tonic actually is loaded with sugar. Tonic is as bad for you as like Coke.
Yeah,
Like cocaine.
No,
No.
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm-
it's like regular soda. It's got as much sugar. But,
If I'm gonna drink something with soda, I'm usually a Scotch and soda kind of guy.
hmm I don't mind a scotch and soda.
I drink
The other thing is
seasonally.
I have discovered the wonderful world of men who appreciate large women. So, I have given,
You're a
well, I
fine
don't want to
breed.
say I've
Fuck.
given up, because I have some pants I'd really like to wear, but I have become far less obsessed with, dieting and making myself smaller. So
Yeah. I mean,
As long as you feel good about yourself, what's the fucking difference?
yeah, I'm about 10 pounds above feeling really good about myself right now. The quarantine definitely.
Why don't you lower your expectations there, or raise them, depending on how you look at it. Just
because
settle.
because I have clothes I really like and that I would like to get back
just
on.
have them let out. Just take them to the fucking.
Yeah, we'll see. Or get new clothes.
Or get new clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Yeah.
Just give up on your dreams.
All
That's all
right.
I'm saying.
And then I
Give
can
up.
be like you.
It's not worth it. That's right. That's right. Because that's why we're sitting here doing this. Because I gave up on my dreams.
We all know what's important, though.
What's that?
Ham wallet.
I see.
It's true. Nothing more important than the old ham sandwich. It's full of mayonnaise.
Yeah, if it's full of mayonnaise, you should probably see your doctor.
Yeah, that's a whole different.
I mean, where the hell were we, guys?
Oh, hell, I don't know. Let's see. We were talking about the monolith, and then somehow we got onto booze.
Well, the monolith. So you said we were basically monolithless. I said that's wrong. We don't know.
Right, we just don't know.
We are unaware if there is
Correct.
another monolith.
Yeah.
You know,
maybe it is aliens trying to spark intelligent life on the planet. I mean, that's how it worked in the Kubrick film, no?
I mean, it could be. What it could be is a group of Satanists that are trying to make contact with Satan, and every time we discover the monolith, like that monolith could have been there for years. We discovered they had to move it.
Well,
Then Romania, they moved it to Romania. Oh fuck, they found it again. We gotta move it. It could be in South Africa. It could be in Korea. It could be in the Philippines. It could be. I could continue. There's a lot of countries out there.
Yeah.
It could be in North Korea. Would be the best place to hide. The best place to fucking hide a monolith is North Korea.
How about Antarctica?
Well, I mean,
no.
Everybody's looking around Antarctica.
I don't know.
They don't let anybody into North Korea.
That's just ridiculous.
You know where they should put it? New Jersey. Nobody wants to go to New Jersey.
When you mentioned Antarctica, I was going to bring up Gwar. Because Gwar is a band.
Okay.
And they crash landed millions of years ago in Antarctica. They were the scumdogs of the universe. They were discovered by their manager, Sleazy P. Martini, and taught to play instruments to destroy the world. But the guys that were in Gwar were in, one of the guys was in a band called Ex-Cops. And Ex-Cops had a song called Welcome to New Jersey. And it's one of the greatest songs in the fucking world. And every time I go, like I use the GPS, I go to New Jersey. Every time it says welcome to New Jersey, because when you cross the state line, it says welcome to Pennsylvania. When it says welcome to New Jersey, I have to fucking put on Ex-Cops, welcome to New Jersey.
Wow.
And
you know what's really cool?
That
whole thing. I think it looks like I was listening.
No.
But I really wasn't.
No, you're completely tuned out. That's good. And I'm gonna leave this fucking in because you're gonna want to hear it. You're gonna want to hear the podcast. It's like I fucking. But you know what? And we're not on Spotify. No, you have to just deal with it on YouTube.
You have to look for us.
You have to look.
So speaking of cool bands, I discovered. Can I give like a little shout? What do you call it when you mention a business? Like a.
Absolutely, give them a
shout out. Yeah. So
ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned for a shout out from the doctor.
This could be a thing we do. I could give shout outs. So I took my car into, actually I did not, guys, I don't know if you remember, but I used to drive a BMW, right? Well, when I say drive, I mean own and pay to repair a BMW. That's what I did with it. I owned it.
BMW means bring my wallet.
Oh my God. And every time.
Going to come to a middle at some point.
Are you kidding? I haven't even got the beginning of the story.
Right.
This is the prologue. So anyway, I got a new car, which I'm very, very happy with. But I took it into the dealer to get a new key because I only got one key when I bought it. And behind the dealer, I discovered this beautiful little store called Squeezebox Records. Do you know it? It's on. No, Maddie, pay attention. Now the story's getting interesting. Now we have our shout out. It's called Squeezebox Records.
Squeezebox Records.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, where 52 and Union Street meet. Yeah, like, and there's the BMW dealers.
Is this in Delaware? The state?
Yes, in Wilmington, Delaware. In Wilmington, Delaware.
Really?
Route 52.
Where
it's called
is there a
Squeezebox Records, and it's right on 11th Street. And you go in, and it's like walking into the 80s. It's beautiful. It's like, and the guy introduces himself, and he asks what you're interested in, and he says, "Okay, well, all this is all the jazz."
Does Billy the Champs beat me up for my lunch money?
No.
I'm actually surprised I didn't know that was there. That's really
you've got to check it out. You have absolutely got to check it out. It's fantastic, and you know, I spent like $9 and got 3 because he's got his used and discount stuff, which is like anywhere from $2 to $4 for used vinyl, and then there's, you know, other stuff that's 15, 20, and then he's got like collectible and, you know, rare stuff.
Right.
You know, goes up from there. But it's a great little, you know, owner operated. He built the shop himself. If you're short, you may have some trouble, like, because I'm only little. I'm 5'2", and so to like actually look at some of the records, I had to kind of like stand way up on my tippy toes and stretch because they were like, but I mean, for normal sized people, it's really it's a good place to go and hang out. I'm going to be going back.
Maybe wear some heels next time.
Maybe.
So this
You'd
is
like that, wouldn't you?
Squeezebox Records.
Squeezebox Records. It's on 11th Street in Wilmington, Delaware, behind the BMW dealer.
So if you're out there, guys, people and you're close to 52 and Union, don't have Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, or any other fucking technology, you can go buy a used fucking record from Squeezebox. There you go.
You know,
you're welcome, everybody.
Shut the fuck up, Maddie.
You know, if I'm old enough to enjoy vinyl, so are you.
You know what I enjoy? Not have to fucking take care of things. Not having to take care of one fucking brick that I keep in my pocket, as opposed to the thousands of fucking CDs that I've had. I don't have half the CDs I mean,
who does?
I've moved so many times. I've been kicked out of so many fucking places. You know,
I believe you.
You don't develop collections that way. You know, it's not the way.
And that brings us to our next read for Midnight Movers. That's right, Midnight Movers. You can reach them at 646-VIRUS-01, 646-VIRUS-01. If you get kicked out of your place, you need to call Midnight Movers at 646-VIRUS-01.
You know, speaking of, just on the same topic, Staff Writer Bill. Staff Writer Bill bought a new house. Not a new house. He did a short sale.
Somebody else's old house.
Somebody else's old house, and God only knows, but he's moving. He's been moving, and he moved in, so he hasn't been the treasure trove of
course not. It's
of ideas.
To move.
I mean, he's a nightmare to begin with. But anyway,
he follows Matt in the toilet.
What? Yeah, Jesus Christ. So what? I sent this to the group chat. The Baizuo, Baizuo, and what that is? It's a Wikipedia article, and but Bazao, it's a Chinese word, and it's a Chinese word for the crazy American left. Is what it means. So whenever they're Chinese people are describing, for example, Alexia Ocasio-Cortez. She's a nutcase.
Yes. She American leftist.
He go reft. Just wanted to get everybody's opinion on, bring that word in to America. How do you say that? How do you say that?
I have no idea.
I thought you were a PhD.
Yeah, I don't know.
EDD actually, and not in Chinese.
Like Ed?
Yeah, like Ed, Doctor of Education.
Doctor of Education.
Right. So
and you don't know how to speak Chinese.
I don't. I speak French.
But you voted for
Spanish.
Joe Biden to sell out the country to the Chinese.
Yes.
And you don't know how to speak Chinese.
Correct.
It's a little short-sighted there. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Sorry.
Things are funny to me only.
Yes.
I think it was like Baizuo. So, how does that make you feel that there's a word for that in Chinese?
I don't have feelings about that.
And it has something to do with nanny.
Uh-huh.
It's like big nanny or something like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But hang on. Mike's holding up a piece of paper. Like, there might be.
I was just moving some things around.
Oh, I thought you were having an issue. He also thinks it would be fun for us to talk about trans women in sports.
Who thinks that?
Staff Writer Bill. These are all Staff
okay.
Writer Bill
Okay.
beats.
Okay. Sorry.
And men who
Time out.
Yeah.
Explain to the doctor who Staff Writer Bill is for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Okay.
See, I was having this computer issue, and I drank a lot of beer before the show.
It's probably has something to do with the issue.
No, actually, I do. I was
My
listening
bladders.
to the earlier show, so I do know who Staff Writer Bill is.
You know who
So,
Staff Writer?
I do.
Staff Writer Bill
Yeah, but maybe for our audience who's just tuning in for the
Staff
first
Writer
time,
Bill
you wanna-
is a media virus staff writer. That's it. Bill.
Well,
No, he's
that's a great story, Maddie.
He is also the senior the CMO, the senior marketing
Chief marketing officer.
chief marketing officer
Yeah.
of a fulfillment company,
Okay.
and he's one of the clients of Full Vine Studios.
Wait a minute. There are companies that sell fulfillment? I have been spending my whole life seeking fulfillment through theater and art and friendships and love and reading and travel. You mean I can just buy fulfillment?
You absolutely can buy fulfillment from.
All right, we'll have a
Shipmate.
conversation after the show. I need to know more about this.
No, you don't even know how
Yeah,
fulfilled you'll be.
you're changing my life right now.
You have no idea,
Yeah.
no clue. So,
So anyway, so Staff Writer Bill thinks it would be funny if we what now?
well, interesting, funny, topical to talk about transgender women in women's sports,
Okay.
like the effects of a person genetically assigned male at birth who decides
Wow, I
or
didn't realize he was like that.
no. What I'm saying is I'm trying to explain to the doctor what transgender women in sports means.
I know what it means.
Oh,
Then why did
thought
you
were
look so
talking about
fucking
Staff Writer
confused?
Bill.
I wasn't confused. I was entertained. That was my entertained face.
Oh,
That was my I can't wait to hear what comes out of Maddie's mouth next face.
these are not my ideas.
It's
This is
coming out of
Staff
your
Writer
mouth.
Bill.
It's
This is
coming
Staff-
out of your. It's coming
No,
out of
but
your.
this is
Whose
Staff
mouth
Writer
is it
Bill.
coming out of, Maddie?
Staff
Whose mouth?
Writer. It
Whose
came,
mouth?
but it didn't come out of my mouth first. It came out of Staff Writer Bill's mouth first.
And now it's coming out of your mouth.
But that wanted to be I'm not really interested in that because there's only so much you can say about it.
Because I've already embarrassed you enough.
No, because it doesn't make sense to let someone who is, men and women are physically fucking different. I don't give a shit what anyone, I don't care what you call yourself. I don't care who you fuck. I don't care what you think you are. I don't care. It doesn't fucking matter to me. If you want me to believe you're a woman, fucking sell it to me and prove to me, like if you have 5 o'clock shadow at fucking noon and you're trying to be a woman, you're not doing a good fucking job of it.
Hang
are
on,
you?
hang on,
No.
hang on.
But
I know. Wait, no, Maddie, hang on. Now I know I don't look it.
My
But
mother
I
would
am-
differ.
Half Italian, and there are many women in my family who have a 5 o'clock shadow.
no, okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, and I know what a
Hey, there
Hey,
are.
well, I know
there
what
are
a
tons
hairy
of
woman looks like.
There are
Listen, I
tons
got
of women
no
in
problem.
Little
I'm not
Italy.
talking about hairy women. The hair is different on the face of a woman who has never shaved, or it's just if you look like me, you're not doing a good job. At least
Again,
listen,
Maddie.
if there's
Again,
a woman
Maddie.
walking around, if you're a woman and you're walking around with this, fucking
Back me up here, Mike.
There are women walking around Little Italy that would kill for my hairline and the light beard that I have. That's all I'm going to say
Okay.
about that.
Look, it's uninteresting to me, but it doesn't. You don't let someone. You can call yourself whatever you want, but when you're professionally competing, especially for money and records and all this other shit, I'm sorry. You sacrifice that right. I'm sorry. That's the price you have to pay.
If it's not a co-ed sport, then there's a difference.
If you're competing against,
if you are biologically male, it's different to compete against biological females in the same sport in some regard.
But do you know who Sarah Fuller is? Sarah Fuller is a biological female. And she was the first biological female to play in a Power 5 football, college Power 5 game.
Yeah, and I'm all for that.
I did just hear about that.
I sent it to the group chat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right. Oh, wait, you mean I read? I read something you said.
And what brought me to that was I was watching a Ben Shapiro video, and he was losing his mind about how it's not an accomplishment because she didn't do very good.
Well, I mean, if you want to haul
she
your
did
tits
good.
out on the football field and play, go. Absolutely.
Maddie, if you say she did good for a girl, I'm out.
Yeah, I mean that's not.
No. Listen, the team lost like fucking. It was like 38-0 or 43-0 or something like that.
They had more against them.
The team, they didn't have a kicking squad because of COVID.
And they pulled the chick off they pulled her off.
And they just pulled her off. She was the goal. I don't know why you take the goalie though.
I don't know.
I mean, for a kicker, I don't. Why would the goalie have the most powerful leg?
Probably.
I mean, with
not.
men, women, whatever. Is the goalie the best kicker? Like, is that usually how that works? I mean, that
probably not. But if she demonstrated ability, I would imagine that's what got her there.
I guess, yeah. But I guess I'd want a forward.
Yeah.
That's what I'd want a forward. That's just me. But
I
it does.
don't know enough about soccer.
You know who had all men on their team and still sucked was the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
That's another staff writer Bill bit. All four of their quarterbacks last week had COVID, and I don't know who. But apparently they completed one pass for 13 yards in the entire game.
Nice.
And it was the first time since 2011 that there were no completed passes in the first half. It was like the first time since 2008 that a team had thrown more interceptions than actual completions. And I can actually watch the doctor's eyes glaze over as we talk about.
Yeah, I mean,
football.
You're right.
And
I was actually
right. That's the only football news. There wasn't.
Okay.
It was just
good. I'm fiddling around with my Zoom settings, honestly.
Yeah. You can't see through my glasses, but I'm right there with her.
It was this. He says stuff. I write it down, and then I go, "Hey, you know what the fucking staff writer Bill said?" And then
I get it. When it comes to football, though, I'd rather watch dog shit turn white.
I hear you. I like watching.
Wow.
I like watching high
That's
school football. I dig that. I don't mind it.
I can handle high school ball because there's actually something to play for there. That they're trying to get into school, into a college, and they play it's a whole different game. But when you get a bunch of idiots that are making millions of dollars, and it's not the same.
No, it's truly not.
Yay, sports!
Yeah, sports games. So my wife says, like, yay, sports games. In local news from the city of fuck around and find out, a Philadelphia customer. What's that?
It's my hometown.
That's right. Philadelphia customer walks in on a robbery at a takeout restaurant, shoots the suspect dead, according to Fox News.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Good Samaritan, or should he be not for nothing, but Philadelphia's kind of hard on the gun owners. Like,
nah. I think he did a good thing.
He did a good
Yeah,
thing.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's a mensch. It's okay. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
Let him go.
All right,
shitty
so we're
things
on
happen
his
when
side.
you get robbed in Philly.
Shit happens.
Rarely in Philadelphia do they just show up and say, "Hey, give me your wallet. I'm not going to shoot you if you do." It's like,
Right.
"Hey, give me your wallet.
Thanks, bang.
By the way, here's some hot lead for you."
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think the owner of the restaurant and the Good Samaritan like went through the guy's pockets looking for?
Definitely.
That's how I'd have done.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's Philadelphia.
That's also how you get stuck with a fentanyl needle.
Yeah. Definitely.
But
No question.
and apparently Queen Elizabeth can still ride a horse at 94.
Good for her.
Yeah.
I hope I can ride a horse at 94.
I bet you do.
I bet I do.
I heard
I
on
got
OnlyFans
plans.
you can barely ride the horse now.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
What? Oh.
Nah.
Let's check my notes. Tech giant Google is under fire for violating U.S. labor laws. They
Surprise, surprise. Hi, kitty.
so what
This-
they were doing is they were spying on their employees,
That's right.
and their employees were planning a protest, so they fired them.
Well, you know.
But that's I mean, they've been spying on us. They should might as well be somebody's
Oh, absolutely.
somebody's policing the police. You know, like somebody's got to
Absolutely.
watch who's watching the overseers.
Yeah. Nobody.
Right? That's no.
Yeah, both of my parents actually asked me for Alexas for Christmas, and I mean I got them for them. Like it's your life if you want one, but
Yeah.
and I say I won't have one in my house, but I have a phone that's sitting here listening to
Yeah.
every word I say.
I've got a house full of those Amazon devices.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you're gonna listen to me.
Yeah, yeah. I will tell you. So it's funny. They do listen. Not only do they listen, but they listen and they also are looking at your messenger, your Facebook Messenger texts. And I'll tell you how
Yep.
I know this. So I have a friend who is a nurse, right? And I saw a Facebook story that said, funny stories from doctors and nurses and whatever. And one of the stories was about this guy. Doctor comes in and the patient's eating his breakfast, and he says, "How's your breakfast?" And the patient says, "Oh, it's all right. I can't get used to this Kentucky jelly though. It doesn't taste like much." And the doctor looks, and the guy has with his breakfast a little tube of KY jelly, right? So I text this nurse or message. I use Facebook Messenger. And I messaged this nurse friend of mine, and I said, most of these stories are pretty feasible, but like, why would a patient have a tube of KY jelly in a hospital room? Like, is that a thing? Like, why does it have a medical purpose? And my friend said, yes, actually, they use it when they catheterize patients and so forth. And goddamn, if I have not been flooded, no pun intended, but okay, pun intended, flooded with ads for KY jelly. Every time I go online, I'm seeing ads for it, and I'm like,
That's
look,
why. Yeah. Has nothing to do with your search history.
Yeah. I
That's
could never,
why.
Like,
Now, let me tell you
wife
something.
just
Megan
shakes
Thee
her
Stallion's
head.
got nothing on me.
my wife just shakes her head when she sees the ads that pop up around my on my Facebook or whatever,
Yeah.
because I don't give a fuck. I'll look up whatever. And
Yeah.
especially with doing the show, there are times when I just I've got to look something up, and we talk about really fucked up things, and
I'm a
hey,
really curious
there it is.
person. Like, if I come across something and I don't know what it is, I'm gonna Google it. Like, I like to learn stuff. I like to know what things are. So, yeah, I look up some weird stuff too.
I like to wind up on lists. And one way to do that is
I'm
to
on them.
Google search how to make chloroform, which is
Yeah.
only chlorine and alcohol,
Is that so?
equal
Huh.
parts.
Huh.
Also,
No, I
you can make a homemade napalm with gasoline and liquid soap.
Mike,
Okay.
you know that now you and I are also on these lists, right?
You're also on the list. You're
Oh,
welcome.
Thanks, Maddie.
I was telling, I told Maddie the other week that I'm probably on a number of lists already. A buddy of mine who works in the federal system, a number of years ago, called me to warn me that he had been dating a girl at NSA, and they had gone out. I think it was 3 times is the magic number, and then NSA completely looks up your ass and the asses of anyone that you're connected to. So to this day, I mean, and this is like 10 years ago, to this day, when I'm on the phone with him, I say bomb an airplane. and I there's all these
sirens go off, red lights start blinking.
It's like all these strings of words that you can put together that set off the whatever it is that makes them listen, go back and review your phone call.
Nice.
And I've always said to him, our fucking caseworker at NSA has got to be like, fuck, I got to listen to these guys again. They talk for like 2 hours at a time and they say fucking nothing.
If you ever want the full version of the podcast there, Doc, I'll send them to you, because I cut a lot of that out because I wanted to get to the whale. To me, the whale was like the best fucking 10 minutes of audio we've ever fucking done.
Wait, the whale?
When the Oregon Highway Department blew up the whale.
Oh yeah.
It was episode 2, which is one of my favorite. It's my favorite of all time.
Right, because they didn't know what else to do with it.
Because they didn't know what else to do it, and I keep thinking it's like they treated it like it was concrete. Like if that whale was made out of concrete, they'd have been fine.
I'm really surprised. They use blubber to make perfume, like ambergris and stuff. I'm surprised that they didn't want to harvest it for that. That was what I found surprising.
I can't.
Once it starts to stink, I think there's a problem.
Probably not.
Once you get the highway department involved, they just want to get it out of the way.
That's right.
That's all that is.
Well, listen, boys, unless we have any further pressing news, I hate to break it to you, but I have a very early morning.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's a school night, isn't it?
Yeah. We wasted a lot of time. And there's nothing really.
I mean, I can give you a couple more minutes, but I do need to.
The only thing I have, was from the world of TikTok that a nurse was put on administrative leave for bragging on TikTok about breaking COVID rules. And I thought that was interesting because a nurse was breaking COVID rules. We keep hearing our medical professionals begging us to take this seriously, and so I just thought that was.
I think there are morons in all professions. I mean, do.
Obviously we've seen teachers, but and then.
Well done, sir.
Thank you, sir, ma'am. It was him.
Oh, we have. Don't worry. We have our share. We have our share in the.
No, I know. I was taught by most of them.
Yeah, I could.
Like a lot of my teachers were just fucking assholes. Like if they weren't on such fucking power trips, I'd have, if it wasn't for them, I'd have done better. It's all their fault.
Yeah.
Anyway, and a woman records her stalker climbing through the window as she's doing a TikTok dance. And because Mike's out of commission, we don't have that. We'll go through that once Mike's back up and running.
Yeah, well, why don't we just play that next week?
If Mike's back up and running, then we'll play it. That's the. I guess.
As soon as the laptop gets here, I'm putting these
I'm gonna see
on first.
I want to see
for you guys.
Like I'm still trying to figure all this out. It's when I'm recording, I have a hard time controlling the OBS, and also like I'm trying to host, like I'm trying to keep everything moving forward, and I've said this before, like I'm so focused on it, I'm almost not listening.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to.
It's tough, and
it is.
It's
not easy, and you guys can just tell me to shut the fuck up and slow down.
And I'm.
I can tell you to shut the fuck up, man.
Because there's the.
I love having a tagline, I love that's what it is.
I'm dying over here tonight because there's the things that I'm used to doing while the show goes on that I keep like.
Yeah, no, I see a severe case of agita in you.
Yeah.
I really do. Like you don't know what to do yourself. Like all I can do is talk. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And I am perfectly capable, perfectly happy to, be both the beautiful face and the rapier wit of your show. So.
Well, I'm beautiful and Mike's rapier.
That's true. You're both pretty rapey. You're both pretty rapey. I gotta tell you, if I saw both of you coming at me from different angles, I really don't know which way I would run.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know which of you I would be more frightened of, is my point.
See,
I can see that.
I don't know that you've ever seen me in my
rapiest form,
all of my glory. I'll send you a picture.
Oh, good. I'm excited and terrified. And on that note,
thank you everybody for tuning in to the Media Virus. If you if you like what you hear, please like and subscribe. If you don't, keep your fucking comments to your goddamn self. That's it, Mike. Let's roll it.
If you don't, you come back and you call it at 646-VIRUS-01. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Professor Mike Latoris on behalf of the Doctor and Maddie Rockdeff. Thank you for joining us here on the Media Virus Podcast.